Well, it brings a smile to my face when you talk about Kenny, man. He was such a special person in my life. Brought some things into my life that I needed, and just an awesome motivator, a guy that could just chew on you really hard, but you knew how much he loved you. And 20 minutes later, he's got his arm around you, explaining to you why he did what he did, why he said what he said, and you fully understood that. So I think his relationship with his athletes is something that really made a big impression on me, and something that I try to emulate often with our program. When you're ingrained in this sport and you hear about a person being a three-timer in Division I, I mean, it's incredible, it really is. So I think his credibility and the respect that was there from all of us was there from the very beginning. I can tell you, me personally, we didn't have any other heavyweights in the room, right? So my wrestling partner every day was 150-pound Coach Spellman, right? And so, you know, we had some wars. We used to get after it in there every day, and I certainly appreciated that because he taught me how to be a true wrestler and not just a heavyweight wrestler.
You guys really took it to a next level in 1992 in that great tournament at Jesuit.
I remember David Brewerton's final match at heavyweight. I think he gave a number 1 symbol as time's expiring.
What he instilled in us is go be a champion, go get it done. I can remember spending the night at Coach Kenny's grandmother's house the night before, and he walked in the room. I had a match in the semifinals the next morning against a guy I was 0-9 against in my career. And I remember 1 o'clock in the morning, he walked into the room where I was supposed to be sleeping. And of course I wasn't sleeping, I was staring at the ceiling. And he said, "Are you good?" I said, "Yes, sir." And he said, "Listen, you're a great wrestler, you're a great athlete, you are primed and ready to go get this thing done tomorrow, you're gonna be fine." And I think just those little words of encouragement certainly weighed really heavy on me and helped me get some sleep that night, and the next morning we walked into that match fully knowing I was going to get it done.
What legacy did he leave the Catholic High Wrestling team?
Oh, I mean, it's still here. I mean, if you think about the coaching tree, right? So, I mean, Tommy wrestled for Kenny all 4 years. And so everything that Tommy learned about wrestling and about coaching came from Kenny. And then Kenny had a huge influence on me my first year wrestling. I mean, I was a freshman, didn't know anything about it. A lot of the stuff that I learned, basics about technique, but really more about tenacity and grit and focus. That comes from Kenny, and then it went to Tommy, and then trickled down to Tommy to me. And Tommy and I coached together for over 10 years. And so I think that message that the kids get on the wrestling mat, it originated with Kenny.
What was the pressure factor for you taking over for a guy who had kind of gotten the team in the right direction? What did you feel? What did you do?
I measured my success to what Coach did. And so if he won X number of dual meets his first year, I wanted to get one more. Not to erase what he did, but that was the benchmark. And so, when we won city a couple times and won regionals, the first thing we ever won for me as a head coach was regionals. And then the next year we didn't do regionals, so we didn't get to host it. And so it's like, all right, we move on to city. And so trying to beat those records he had to an extent was important to keep it going. And again, being able to continue to talk to him. I probably talk to him once every 2 weeks, even now.
To this day, I'm a football coach. We've won some state championships as a football program. But I can tell you, my days as a wrestler under Kenny Spellman were some of the best times of my life, and probably taught me the most about competing at a high level, and also it's okay to want to be great. And I think Coach taught us that.